Welcome everyone. Myself Mrs.Sonali Huddar, Assistant Professor in Department of Information Technology, Changu Kana Thakur Arts, Commerce and Science College, New Panvel, Import Autonomous. Today I am going to talk about Abstract Window Toolkit in Java. The Abstract Window Toolkit in a core Java library for building platform-independent graphical user interfaces. It provides essential components, event handling, and graphics capability that form the foundation of Java's UI ecosystem. The Java AWT package is a foundational software library in Java platform providing the Abstract Window Toolkit, a collection of classes for building graphical user interfaces and handling graphic events and layouts. The container class in java.awt package is a core component of the abstract window toolkit in Java platform. Let's consider the hierarchy of this container class. At the top, we are having component which is having containers inside it. Now this container is divided into two parts, window and panel. Window is having two windows, frames and dialog window. Panel is having applet. The basic AWT controls are main components in AWT, which are nothing but label, radio buttons, text field, text area, checkbox, buttons, choice menus or choice list, scrolling list and scroll bars. One by one we are just going to cover up this all. So very first we are going to consider about the label. A label in an abstract window toolkit is a graphical user interface component used to display a single line of read-only text. It is the part of Java's original GUI framework allowing developers to add descriptive text to the windows and dialogues in a desktop application. So the package for this is java.awt. Superclass is component for label and primary used to display static text within a GUI. Now just consider the constructors to create a label. First constructor which is having the empty label and without any parameter. Now second constructor label which is having single parameter, that is string, which is going to be displayed as an just a label or a static data on your window, which is aligned at the left by default. Label, third one, label string comma int. Here you are just going to provide the string and integer value you are providing, which is having the alignment numbers. For example, 0 for left alignment, 1 is for label dot center and 2 is for label dot right. Syntax, label LBL name is equal to new label and you are just providing the string for that as an label name. And then you are just going to add that label to any one frame, either frame or window. Add is the method for that. Now just consider one simple program on this. Label test.java, import java.applet.applet, import java.awt.font for setting the font, import java.awt.label for setting the label over here. So public class label text extends applet. Now on applet you are just going to derive this program as an output window. @override to override init method of applet lifecycle. So public void init method, inside that init method you are just going to set the font for your text. So set font is the method for that. For that you are providing the font, new font as the class, and then you are just setting the font name, that is Vardhana, then font style, that is font.italic, and font size, that is 18. And again you are just going to provide that label where you want to set that label. So label LBL left is equal to new label. Now you are just going to add that left label, add LBL left, then label LBL center is equal to new label, add LBL center, label right is equal to new label and add LBL right. So in this way you are adding three labels, left, right and center position. Now being an applet, this class file needs to be embedded into the HTML file, that is index.html. The content of HTML, index.html is nothing but doc type HTML, HTML head title, label text, title close, head close, body applet code is equal to label test dot class. Here that code is nothing but the Java file name. Width is equal to 300 and height is equal to 200. Here you are setting the width and height for your applet window and closing of applet tag, body tag and HTML tag respectively. To see the output, either you can open the browser and by passing the path you can open that particular output, or otherwise in Java with the help of applet viewer at the command window you can view this output. Now just consider the methods of label class. Get text to get the text whatever written for your label. Set text if you want to set that value for your label. Get alignment, here you can set that 3 alignments by providing the integer value or constant. Then set alignment, with the help of that you are just going to set the alignments. The next component for your AWT is nothing but buttons. Buttons are GUI components. They are used to trigger an action within a GUI when clicked by a user. Now just consider the constructors of button. There are two constructors mainly. Button constructor, which is a normal constructor with there is no any label provided for that button. And second one, button string, which is nothing but here you are providing the label on that particular button. Just consider the syntax. Button is the class, then class name, object you are creating for that particular class, that is btn name, which is equal to new button, button name, and you are going to add that button, add btn name. Here the first statement creates an object of button and passes button name as an parameter to the constructor. Now just consider one program based on this. First of all, you are just going to input applet, then you are going to input button class, then you are extending applet with the help of Java class button text, then again you are writing the init method of your applet class. Here you are going to create total 4 buttons for save, edit, delete and reset. So button, btn save, btn is nothing but the prefix. If you are writing the prefix for any component, then it is very easy to recognize what type of that component is. For example, lbl is for label, btn is for button. Like that you can provide the prefix for any component. So button btn save is equal to new button save, add btn save, button btn edit is equal to new button, edit is the string for that, add btn edit, button btn delete is equal to new button delete, add btn delete, and button btn reset is equal to new button reset, add btn reset. So in this way you are writing this Java code and saving this file as button text.java. For this you are writing HTML file. So HTML head title as a button text, title close, head close, body tag, under body tag, applet tag is there with width 300 and height 200 and code is nothing but button text.class, which is our Java file .class file bytecode. Closing of applet tag, closing of body tag, closing of HTML tag. Move to next component, that is checkbox. Checkbox is a GUI component used to represent two states. So either on or off, checked or unchecked, true, false. So with the help of that checkbox, one can select options in a graphical user space. The abstract window toolkit checkboxes are commonly used for selecting optional features. So now just consider the types of checkboxes. There are total 2 types of checkboxes are there, non-exclusive and exclusive. So first of all, what is non-exclusive checkbox? Just consider multiple checkboxes can be selected over here. Each checkbox works independently and creates using a checkbox class. For example, music, games and movies. So one can provide number of options to the user to select with the help of these non-exclusive checkboxes. Second type, exclusive checkboxes. Only one option can be selected at a time, implemented using checkbox group. Similar to your radio buttons. For example, over here, male and female. So either one option is going to be selected over here in exclusive checkboxes. Now just consider the constructors of checkbox. First one with checkbox with empty unchecked checkbox. Then checkbox string where you are providing the label for that particular checkbox. Then checkbox string comma boolean. So here you are going to set the state with the help of that boolean option, whether it is checked or unchecked. Checkbox string checkbox group boolean used for radio group checkboxes. Just consider one simple program on this. Here you are going to input applet class first, then checkbox class. Then you are writing this checkbox demo class by extending applet class. Then you are writing init method of your applet class. Inside that init method you are declaring three checkboxes. Checkbox CB1 is equal to new checkbox music. Checkbox CB2 is equal to new checkbox sports. Checkbox CB3 is equal to new checkbox reading. And you are just going to add that CB1, CB2 and CB3 checkboxes to the applet. So in this way you are providing this choice menu for the user. Just consider the methods for your checkboxes. First one, get label. So whatever label you set for that particular checkbox, you can get with the help of this get label method. Then set labels. You can provide the string as an label for that particular checkbox. Get state, whether it is checked or unchecked, you can receive with the help of this method. Set state, you can set that state, boolean state. Get checkbox group, it returns the checkbox groups associated with the checkbox. Set checkbox group G. So it sets the checkbox group belongs to a specified checkbox group. Thank you. We will continue in next lecture.